My boyfriend has turned into a calorie cop and is convinced that I'm not eating enough, and he's been trying to force feed me because of it, but it's only convincing me to force my way out of this relationship. For the record, I, 24F, am a small-framed, visibly muscular, 5 feet 4 inches woman whose weight fluctuates anywhere between 128 to 135. My boyfriend, 25M, has always teased and encouraged me to eat more, but it's always been playful before. I used to tease him about his mammoth-sized portions. Seriously, where does it go? Because I had to start making date night dinners that should serve 4. To be clear, he constantly underestimates his calories and is often shocked when reading nutritional information. I don't know where he got the idea he's knowledgeable enough to be judging what I'm eating, but there you go. Lately he's become very fixated on this idea I'm going to start starving myself without his guidance. I don't have a big sweet tooth, I don't snack on the regular, I only eat about half of my restaurant entrees, we usually split an appetizer, I'm a lightweight, and I prefer a light lunch. These are all things he's starting to criticize on the regular. I want y'all to understand I'm really not depriving myself. I don't go hungry, I just don't enjoy stuffing myself. He doesn't listen when I tell him he's constantly ruining my appetite by forcing snacks on me. Yesterday we woke up late and I knew we were going out to lunch, so I only had 1 slice of thick brioche French toast, powdered sugar, syrup, butter, half a peach, and 2 slices of summer sausage. He had 5 slices of French toast with all the toppings and whipped cream, 1½ peach, the rest of the summer sausage, and an egg. I ended up eating a 3rd slice of his summer sausage, dipped in his egg to get him to stop nagging me. He made another 2 comments about how little I ate before lunch. Then at lunch he had new fights to pick. He didn't want me to order plain iced tea or a diet soda. I don't like overly sweet drinks. He didn't want me to order an entree salad, ranch, bacon, avocado, egg, etc. We negotiated my lunch to a breadstick, a side salad, add avocado, and 2 slices of pizza that he nagged me to finish until his dad told him to lay off because he didn't want me too full for gelato later. The whole meal was pretty embarrassing for me. Of course my boyfriend wasn't happy that I wanted a small gelato cup instead of cone. I don't have a sweet tooth, remember? We knew we were going to have a late dinner, so we stopped at a gas station later that evening to get him a snack. I just wanted water but picked up a small package of corn nuts in the hopes of making him happy, and we still had a minor spat, so I picked some candy too. He didn't notice he was the one to end up eating it. He claimed we disagreed because I was irritable from hunger. We picked up dinner at the buffet-style place that charges you by weight for to-go containers. He decided I had to use a medium container instead of a small. Admittedly, I just filled the difference with varieties of salad, but I also had a very rich mac and cheese and some fried foods in my container as well. He was bothered by the small portions I was serving myself, but I was taking many more varieties than him. Think sample platter. My container was full. This is where we had our first real fight about my eating habits. He decided to make a 3rd container of food to make sure I ate enough when we got home. The restaurant we were at was not cheap. I refused to back down on not blowing a bunch of money on food that we just end up picking at and throwing away. A lot of the things he picked are foods I don't like reheated. We've been working hard on being more frugal together lately, so I was pretty pissed when he ignored me and paid for the extra food. In the car ride on the way home, the argument continued until it got to the point where he was very frustrated and teared up as he shouted, "I work so hard to take care of you and you're always fighting me to hurt yourself." He then proceeded to give me a long, condescending guilt trip. I was pretty enraged, to be honest. Once we were home, dinner went cold while we Google fought over how calories, protein, sugar, my BMI work, you name it. No matter what I showed him, he wouldn't back down on not feeling like I don't eat enough because muscle weighs more than fat, so you're actually underweight and hiding it by lifting weights. I don't even know what to say to that, so I went home. He texted me 12 times because I left the cold dinner at his place. I was ignoring him while I made food, but finally caved and told him I was eating something else. He asked me to text him a picture of my food. I never responded and he texted me another 3 times. This morning he texted to ask if he could bring me breakfast. I said no. I'm kind of bewildered and annoyed. I'm not really sure how we can resolve this one. Commenter: he claimed we disagreed because I was irritable from hunger. Hulk smash: this is really controlling behavior. Is there any space in his brain for you to be right about your eating habits? Does he do this with other things in your life? Commenter 2: break up. At 8 months this is too much drama. Commenter 3: why are you still dating this guy? Food is as important as bedroom life in a relationship, and he has completely destroyed that. I don't think you can fix this. It may subside for a while, but unless he gets educated on nutrition, expect less control over what you eat. You can do much better. This guy sucks. Update: So in case anyone is wondering, turns out my, now, ex's mother and two sisters had him convinced I had some kind of eating disorder and would nag at him about it and make him feel like crap for letting me hurt myself. All three of them are obese, so why he weighed their opinion on nutrition so heavily. I pointed that out, with more tact, and we had a much better conversation about why he needed to lay off on how I eat. He did make a lot of effort to keep his opinions to himself but could never completely let his worry go. Officially this isn't why we broke up, but it was kind of like the shattering illusion from him that kind of made me start noticing how he's quick to be arrogant, condescending, and patronizing when he thinks he's right, and how he buys into every dumb thing his family tells him without question. Stuff like that. Commenter. It was kind of like the shattering illusion from him. From How I Met Your Mother Season 3 Episode 8 entitled Spoiler Alert, Wikipedia synopsis. Ted thinks that he has found the perfect girl, Kathy, played by Lindsay Price, but the group disagrees. At first they refuse to give a reason so as not to spoil her for him, but eventually Marshall tells him that she talks too much. Now that Ted knows, he cannot stand her garrulousness. The five friends then let slip each other's flaws until all are spoiled, and thus are more annoying to those who had previously not noticed the flaws. Whenever one or more of the group has these quirks pointed out to them, the sound of glass shattering is heard. This represents the shattering of their illusions about one another.